Now, another example going on with regards to this specific part of the Katif Qira'ah system is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 27. It says the following: "The Lord will strike you with the boils of Egypt and with swelling tumors and scabs and itch of which you cannot be healed." Now, the Katif is actually more explicit, because the Katif says tumors in the, how should I put this, in the Uranus, but remove the first two letters, the U and the R, and then you get the word that I'm talking about. So that's what is written there in the Hebrew. That's what's written there. So it says tumors in the, well, this particular word that I'm talking about. That's what the Katif says. That's what the written text says. Now, interestingly, if you go to the Jewish literature, in the Megillah, section 25b, it says the following. It says, all of the verses that are written in the Torah in a coarse manner are read in a refined manner, basically euphemized. And then it goes on to list several examples. Now, the example at hand is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 27. It says, the term with hemorrhoids or bafolim in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 27 is actually read as batechorim, swelling tumors. The reason, again, is because the Jews are of the opinion that the text is so explicit, so vulgar, that they felt the need to actually change how they read this verse. Can you imagine? I thought Moses was supposedly divinely inspired, right? Because they say that Moses is supposedly, alayhum salam, that Moses is supposedly the author of this specific verse. Can you imagine Moses writing this under divine inspiration, and then the Jews later on saying, well, you know what, this verse is so vulgar, it's so explicit, that we feel the need to actually change the reading as to how we read this specific verse. Can you imagine?
That's pretty wild, considering the fact that there's some pretty crazy stuff in the Bible. So even the rabbis are like, hey fellas, we might need to change this one.
Exactly, this is the part that I'm talking about. So if you want to read it, Ahmed, go ahead, but
be very careful with the
advise doing so.
You want me to start reading from here? Is read
no, just from the beginnings.
Oh, from here, the sages taught?
Yeah.
The sages taught the Barita all of the verses that are written in the Torah in a coarse manner are read in a refined manner. For example, the term shall lie with her, Yishgelena, Deuteronomy 28:30, is read as though it is said Yechshavena, which is more refined term. The term with, when people have that, Balfalim, I don't know how to pronounce it, Deuteronomy 28:27, is read Batehorim. The term dove dung, Hiorim, is read Divyoyinim. The phrase to eat their own excrement, right? Pigs do that, mind you, the animal. Meme, that even sounds funny. Meme Shinechim, the Shinechim, whatever it is. 2 Kings 18:27 is read with a more delicate term, to eat their own excrement and drink their own. What the hell is this, bro?
Yeah, as if that makes it better, right? But yeah, can you imagine?
Well, everyone like the live before it gets banana.
Keep in mind, again, according to Christians as well as Jews, the authors of these scriptures are supposedly divinely inspired, right? They wrote it willingly, knowingly, under divine inspiration in this specific manner. But you even see Jews and or rabbis themselves who feel so ashamed to read it in that specific way that they have to change the reading. SubhanAllah. That they have to change the reading. Can you imagine us doing this with the Quran? Like changing it, like saying, well, you know what, this is vulgar, this is so delicate, this is too explicit. You know what, we're going to change the reading completely. Or partly. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.